All right, good evening. Time being 7 p.m., all members of the planning board being present, call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes from our July 13th, 2026 meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve planning board meeting minutes from the July 13th, 2026 meeting.
A motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. That moves us on to agenda item B, committee reports and administrative actions. Are there any committee reports that any of the members wish to make at this time?
All set, Mr. Chairman.
All set.
Very good. Town planners report, we will skip for this evening. We'll make a little note here, just, we'll do it in public, just to thank Alex for all her time here as the town planner. She's moved on to another position. We wish her luck and appreciate everything she did for us while she was here. All right, and then that moves us to agenda item B3, which is 832, 836 North Street, approval not required plan. Do we have anybody here for 832? There we go. Once you get settled, just give your name for your record and just let us know what you're doing.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. For the record, Christine Hung, attorney at Reamer and Bronstein, representing the applicant Rhino Capital and their affiliate CID 2025 Acquisitions LLC. If you recall, I was before this board about a year ago in September 2025 on a site plan special permit application as well as a modification of a subdivision plan at 832 and 836 North Street. The planning board approved that site plan special permit as well as a modification of the subdivision. We created 4 lots on that office campus, and the modification to the subdivision was really just to reflect what exists on the ground today. It wasn't changing the approved subdivision. For some reason, the approved plan way back then was built differently, and it didn't conform to what exists on the ground today. So we were just kind of truing up the plan so that it reflects accurately what's currently there. Because of an increase in activity in certain leasing interest, the applicant held off on recording the decisions in the Mylar plan just to see how things settled out. And then when we went to record the Mylar plan, the registry rejected it, saying that it was 6 months past the approval. And so we needed to go back to the planning board to get a certificate signed by you saying that there wasn't a modification, rescission, amendment, or anything to what was approved by the planning board in September of 2025, which there hasn't been because we haven't been before you. So that's one of the certificates that I would like for approved tonight, so that we can record that Mylar plan. Then there has been interest in developing one of the front parcels, and so the second action before you tonight is an A&R plan that subdivides Lot 4A into Lot 5A and 6A. One of the lots has frontage on North Street, and the other lot has frontage off of the subdivision way, which meets the requirement of an approval not required under the planning board, by the planning board. So those are the 2 requests that I have tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions that the board might have.
All right, Mr. Fuchsia?
The second one that you're talking about, what is that one again? Can you
An
explain?
A&R plan.
Okay, what is that?
So it's an approval not required under the subdivision control rules and regulations. And that basically is that if a lot that you want to subdivide has frontage off of an existing way, an approved subdivision way,
Okay.
that you don't need to go through the subdivision rules and regulations. It's an A&R plan.
Okay, all right, that's all the questions I have right now.
Mr. Duffy?
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Champa?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One question, obviously Lot 5A, why did you give 5A the full access to the existing roadway, but then 6A, you're putting it onto North Street, which potentially, increases traffic flow in and out of North Street? We know we needed a set of lights where Raytheon was. Why not have all of your subdivisions access the subdivision road?
I think Oh, you mean I don't know if they were able to.
Why are you putting, whoever goes into 6A, why is that going direct to North Street and not going to the existing roadway?
Oh, I mean, I don't know why the engineers laid it out that way. I just think that there was just appropriate frontage off of that way. And also, that's just the way that the lot could be subdivided.
I mean, yeah, I know you're an attorney, not an engineer, but
Yeah.
it just seems strange that they would take one tiny sliver of Lot 5A and take it all the way to the corner of North Street and the existing roadway and completely cut off 6A.
Yeah, I think part of the reason is because that Lot 5A is really undevelopable. It's under the high tension lines, and there really wasn't any plan to redevelop that site. So the only parcel that could be redeveloped is this new Lot 6A, so that it has the frontage on North Street for traffic, but then this, and then also part of the reason why is because some of the utilities are in this area. So there was, and I had been working on a reciprocal easement or an access with respect to utilities that would just benefit these remaining lots. And so they really wanted to carve out so that this was a standalone lot, not sharing any of the utilities, because they would derive their utilities off of North Street. And then the rest of the lots would just remain on the campus itself.
Okay. I mean, I know this is an A&R, and normally I would throw this over to Alex. Unfortunately, we don't have Alex, but, I mean, if it's a subdivision plan, doesn't everything have to be self-contained with the...
The A&R is the A&R, though. If it meets the requirements, we're done with it.
Okay,
So,
all right. That's all I have then. Thank you.
should I tell you?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Not many questions. One of them I do have is the ball field is now in that lot, correct?
The 6A lot?
6A is the ball field,
Yeah.
right? That's there, so. Does anybody use that ball field from your complex?
I
I
don't
can tell
know,
you,
I'm
I
not
got bad
aware.
enough that people use the ball. I've seen ultimate frisbee out there. I mean, I don't know, it could be Quidditch out there, I don't know, but I've definitely seen them using ultimate frisbee, and I don't know if any baseball is played there. I can't remember if I've seen Little League in a long time. I remember,
Yeah, I don't think any Little League teams go there, but it would be a nice resource for the town possibly to reach out to you about utilizing that particular ball field. Everyone's looking for ball fields between softball and Little League and everything else, so in years past, and I was coaching in town, we did use that field with the okay from the previous owners years ago, so I mean, I know some people may use it like the chair just said, but I'd like to see it used possibly more if we could, and maybe offer it to some of the towns for use.
Yeah, I will relay that
On a
message.
scheduled basis, so, but, I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to get the okay from the owners, and they made us sign waivers of liability, so if anybody got hurt, they wouldn't be responsible, so, and we did that, but it's just, no one's gonna build anything there, I don't think, unless there are plans. Are there any plans for anything, any of this stuff?
For that lot 6A,
Yeah.
there is some interest in that. So that's why they wanted to carve it out so that there is some interest in development.
Okay. Nothing on 5A? No.
5A cannot be developed because it's really under the high tension lines, and
Okay, I
there's no, at least for now, there's no desire to do any development on 5A just because of how it's laid out and the high tension lines run right down it.
Okay, I know, I see the A&R plan, I know what you're trying to do, and I have no problems with it at all, so.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
all right, I'm all set. So I guess we'll take this in two parts, because this second request is outside the A&R itself, so I'm going to do that one first. I have a motion to endorse the requested, what are we calling this? Certificate of amendment, or certificate of non-amendment? Certificate of amendment, modification, or rescission of definitive subdivision plan approval. So I have a motion on that?
So moved.
I have a motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
All those opposed? All right, That takes care of that. Now the A&R plan. Do I have a motion to endorse the A&R plan?
So moved.
Have a motion made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. Good luck.
Thank you very much. And I just want to add, I agree with the sentiments that you've said about Alex Lauder. It's been a pleasure working with her, and it is a loss to Tewksbury. I do have to say she is going to Walpole, which is, I live in Medfield, so it's the next town over from me. So I was telling her if there's anything that she needs, at least like where I am, I'll look out for her. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
thank you very much.
All right,
Oh, and
Deb.
and one more request, I apologize. If it could be signed tonight, we're just trying to get these documents recorded so that I can
We'll-
pick
You
it
know
up.
what? Just pass the certificate around while the meeting's going on. We'll sign that and get that out of here. Actually, I'm the only one who has to sign it. I have the ability to sign.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
The A&R plan, after it's signed, I have to have it recorded with the town clerk, and then
Yeah, so
Christine will have somebody pick it up.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Oh,
You can take that, but I want you to get a copy back to
yeah.
the assistant town manager, all right, for the file?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, that brings us to agenda item B4, 345 Main Street parking lot striping discussion. Once you get settled, if you give your name for the record, please.
My name is Jim Albertelli.
All right, and your role is what?
Owner representative for Wamisit Place, LL.
So I'm going to start with this one myself, because I'm the one who called, or I'm the one who asked this to be, and I think why you're here is because, for whatever reason, I've been ignored. I
Okay,
asked multiple times, I got the documents showing how many times you guys have been asked to deal with the striping there and the signage. I'm literally sitting in the parking lot while my wife is getting her nails done, watching cars almost hit each other, because it's not, it is not set up in a way that is what's normal for most people. They think they can go in left there. It needs to be clearly shown that neither of those two lanes are an in,
Okay.
and that the in is further down. I wanted it striped, and I can't understand why it's taken actually a year, because the first time it was mentioned, it was in 2025.
okay.
And now it's been mentioned multiple times in 2026, and I had to drag somebody in here to get it done.
Okay.
That's irritating.
Oh, it's irritating to me also. I wasn't the one to go between.
Well, there's the other question, because we've done this before, so I'd like a name given to the town as to who the right person is to call, because if we're sending them emails to the wrong place, or whoever we're sending them to is someone who ignores them, then I want a new name.
We can
and
put my
a
name
new
on
email address, because I don't want to do this over and over again, because you get a lot of business there. It
Oh.
gets worn out. That's a good thing
Have
for
you been
you,
by there?
but it's, what's that?
Have you been by there lately?
I was there today.
Oh,
So,
how'd it look?
well, my problem is in the fact that it took this long to be trying to be dealt with. That's my problem.
That's why
And I want to make sure that we don't have that problem, because it is a busy thing, both Walmart and you guys. Busy is good. I like busy. There's nothing wrong with busy, but it also means it gets worn out fast, and it has to be kept up. That shouldn't have to be us having to tell you all the time. It should be pretty visible to whoever's there. When that thing starts getting worn out, it's got to be marked back up, and it's got to be safe. That is a dangerous, that little that intersection right there is already tough with the people coming out of the Walmart tube options. If someone whips that left in front of you
Yep.
and someone's coming out of the other thing, now you get a disaster. And that is really going to be a problem.
I totally agree, but there's stop signs on all the other ones, and no one obeys those. It makes it even more dangerous.
Well, I understand, but I can't control everything. But what I can control is that there's enough markings there that someone isn't missing, and the signs are worn out. So, I mean, they got to be, if they have to be replaced, they have to be replaced.
brand new signs.
No, I know, I'm saying they were more worn out. Like they would
We
fade.
replaced most of them last September.
But it's clear that people don't, well, I mean, there's some people who might just be ignoring it. I can't, that's possible.
We've been over there
But
working.
once
We're
it's done
stopping every
properly, if they're
person that
ignoring
goes
it, then there's no excuse for them to be ignoring it. You've done everything you can do, and you've done everything we've asked.
through. Okay.
Okay? All right. Anybody else? Mr. Champa?
No, I mean, obviously Google Satellite is out of date, but, so having not been by, I just would, I'm glad you're here, glad we're getting some activity on this, and that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Fuchsia?
I don't have anything right now.
All right.
Can
Mr.
I ask
Fratelli? Just one second. We're just going to get around the room. Mr. Fratelli?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did go by the site. The site looks a lot better, being striped up and so forth.
We're doing a lot of work over
I
there.
see the two do not enter signs. I just don't know if it's worth putting something on the roadway itself.
I don't think it's going to do anything because they're not obeying the signs that are there now. And I think adding just more signs is going to add more confusion.
The only one that would potentially be useful, I think, would be one that says entrance ahead or something like, and I don't know if it would. I'm not telling you to do it. It's just, that's the only thing that I think could be confusing to anybody because it feels like it's where you want to go in. I get that. It's just not safe.
It could be somewhere helpful if you had like a rumble strip there where you cannot go in left. But, I mean, I understand your confusion,
Oh, we're very frustrated
but-
with it too.
I've been by there myself, and it's an accident waiting to happen sometimes, but, so, also.
But I think if you marked up and you've done what you need to do, that's the key, but it's got to stay that way and it's got to stay up to date. And I think that's as much as you can be asked to do. It's not, it's not inherent to people to skip by that entrance. I get it, but that's why the marking's so important, because I think it gives you every possibility of directing those who are at least willing to be redirected and those who aren't going to just ignore it because they don't care. But those people are going to have a problem, obviously, if they hit somebody. But, at least that way you've said, hey, I made it as clear as possible for you. You shouldn't have come in this way. You know what I mean?
We've been working up there. I see someone come in, I walk right over to the car. I go, why'd you come in the exit?
Yeah.
And they just laugh at us.
Well, yeah, that part you can't do anything about, but the way it looks, you can. So, Mr. Duffy?
I have nothing more to add to that. I mean, definitely, it's got to stay, it is definitely confusing where the entrance is. It's almost like the entrance needs to be somewhere else. But what are you going to do? I mean, other than mark it and try to improve the signage in some way.
It's all brand-new signs and all.
But don't make the town and the board wait, a year to get it done. That's probably what's at least part of the problem here, It's got to be something that's like, that's kind of routinely maintained. We have the same rules we had it for when Starbucks was approved a couple of years ago. And I noticed that they just did their parking lot over. So don't wait until they're not there anymore.
I understand.
Just put it down on the calendar.
It was already scheduled in September, and I don't know why it wasn't communicated to you that we had scheduled, but.
Well, like I said, get us the better name, the better email address, and we can avoid those issues in the future.
We have it here, right, Brian? Right? Is your name Brian?
No, I am not Brian. Brian works for us. He's the consultant.
Because he's on the email here, right?
Right.
So if you want to get a new one,
I will give it to you.
okay.
But I have one question. We're having a severe problem over there with the homeless, harassing all the tenants and everything. Miracle Air, they sit out in their cars, they
The
feces.
public safety question, you're going to have to talk to the town, talk to public safety, but we can't, there's nothing for us, there's no mechanism for us to deal with
Yeah.
that.
Tewksbury Police Department.
Well, we've reported to them, but they haven't been really helping. They threatened to prosecute me for harassing them if I asked someone to move along.
When you provide your contact to me, we can set up a time to discuss
Okay.
and.
I'll just write it down for you.
Yeah, come right on over.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Albertelli, before you're there, just one other possible suggestion. Again, I'm not a roadway signage expert, but maybe if you had some arrows on the incoming lane, just showing straight, skip a little bit of the intersection, and then more arrows showing straight,
We don't own
past the
that, the
entrance.
road. We don't own the road, we only own.
So you only own from the sidewalk?
From the
in?
inside in.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is Walmart. All right, very good. Thank you. All right, that'll move us on to agenda item C, which is 1310 Main Street, Metro Sign and Awning on behalf of Tuke Main Real LLC, sign special permit. Have a motion to waive the public reading?
So move.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Give your names for the record, or be yours.
Jason Perillo with Metro Sign this evening.
Stacy Alcorn, owner of the building.
You can pull that back towards you if you need to. All right.
All right, good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Good to see you. So tonight, we have a 3-foot by 4-foot full-color electronic message display before you. This sign will conform to the brightness, safety, and operational standards that are set forth in the bylaw. The intended purpose for this is to communicate business hours and operational updates, displaying community announcements and public service messaging, provide emergency notifications or weather-related alerts, improving visibility and communication for passing motorists in a safe and controlled manner, and supporting the economic vitality of the business and surrounding commercial district. And if you have any questions, we'll be happy to help.
All right, start with Mr. Champa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This may be more of an us thing than a Metro sign thing, but the waiver for section 6.27C4B about buildings and public entrances being 125 feet from the street, does that affect the sign at all?
No, I don't think the sign is affected by it.
Okay.
It's just, I think
need a
it's
waiver for
another,
that.
well,
I think it's just an
I think it's because it's making it a more non-conforming by giving them the sign on top of the fact that, so I think it's just you're going to double up, making it okay again,
Okay.
because it's already been okayed prior, or it's grandfathered, one way or the other, but when you're throwing this in, you're probably re-triggering it, so you just have to do it again to be safe.
Is there only one tenant in the building, or are there multiples?
It's one tenant. Well, technically, there's an attorney that rents an office within the real estate company.
So, and the only reason I ask is, I remember when up at Ocean State Job Lot, someone wanted an electronic sign, but there was already a multi-tenant sign, and we kind of had issues about who gets the electronic sign versus the other sign.
So, I mean, would I be correct in presuming that it's Lear that's using the sign and in
Yes.
control of the sign?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. And then, one of the things, I assume there's going to be advertisements and whatnot. I saw some of the samples. And there was a suggestion somewhere in the whole packet about town having access to the sign for emergencies and things like that. Notifications, public safety, things of that nature. The owner would be amenable to that?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Duffy?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I guess I would prefer to have the sign have the amber background that you're requesting you're looking for a brighter sign because others potentially have a brighter sign. So I think some of those signs probably predate, maybe a requirement.
It's the other way around.
What's it?
The amber was the old
Oh, is that right?
requirement, and the new
Okay.
signs are better than the
Well,
old signs.
basically, so that we have a sign that dims at a certain time. I mean, basically,
Absolutely.
the hours are 12 to 6. I
What we
believe.
typically do is we usually put in a requirement that we can revisit it if we find that the sign's causing any kind of distraction or too bright. So we always retain that right to come back and say, you guys got, something's not right, something's causing a problem. So we always have that as a backup, just to make sure, as long as you're amenable to that, then, we should be probably all right. But we got to have that ability to say, you know what, this one, something's going on here, and
Yes.
it's not, it's not working.
Okay.
We got to do something, so.
Okay,
So we're-
that was really all I had.
All right, Mr. Fratelli?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So what do you plan on putting on the sign, just for the public's knowledge?
New listings that come on the market, and other than that, it's community information. What's happening in town,
Okay.
or time, like the time of
Just
day.
driving by the sign on both ways, coming north, you can barely see the sign until you're almost on top of it. So I just don't know what the benefit of an electric sign would be if you can't see it till you get on top of it, because by the time you get to it, you can hardly read it, because you're already by. So-
Yeah, I see your point there, but to have it only be electric on one side,
Oh.
just doesn't really make a lot
Just
of
my
sense.
concern was,
Yeah.
do you really need the electric board? Because if you can't see it from one side and only can see it from the other side coming south.
Well, but it's very visible coming south, so
Yeah.
it will benefit the business. And, I definitely want to add, that this thing is not going to scroll, it's not going to animate, it's not going to flash.
No.
So it's going to be safe.
there's limits to all them, correct?
Yes,
As far as how much-
absolutely. And how many times it can change, we're going to conform to that regulation as well.
Okay, all right. And you'll give the town the ability to put signs, stuff on there as well?
Yes.
Yes, as well as Amber Alerts and other safety information.
Okay, all right. I just don't want to see Route 38 become a Route 1 in Saugus with multiple, electric signboards out there,
Yep.
so not a big fan of them, but I understand what you're trying to do, so. But I'm all set, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Fuchsia?
I'm all set.
All right, so the only other one, and this is new, a little bit new to me, because I've thought about it based on one electric sign that we had put up at a business that's not in operation anymore, but they really let it fall into a poor state. So the other condition that I'm going to want to have put on there is that the sign be maintained in a good operational order, visible, clear, operational at all times. I don't want it to become this 1950s TV where it's like shady and staticky and all that. That just looks like trash.
Yes.
And as Mr. Fratalia said, this is Main Street. We don't want that. I mean, if you're going to get these things, the idea is that they're new and better. They should look new and better, and they should stay that way. So that's going to be the other condition.
Okay.
All right? All right, with that, and you've seen the, well, I'm sure you submitted, but you've seen the waivers. Those are correct for you? You're all set with those?
Yes.
You have no problem with the restrictions and the requirements we just laid forth? All right. With that, I'll open it up to the public. Anyone in the audience with any questions, comments, or concerns on this? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board. What is the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
You have a motion made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. That brings us to the waivers. We have 5 waivers. Do I have a motion on approving the waivers as listed?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the waivers as listed, plus additional comments made by the chair for this signed special permit.
Well, that'll go in on the permit. This is just for the waivers. We'll do the
Oh,
waivers first. We'll
the
put the
waivers.
restrictions on the permit. All right, so we have the waiver motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. As to the signed special permit itself, do I have a motion on the signed special permit?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the signed special permit at 1310 Main Street with the conditions stated by the chair.
All right, so we have the one on keeping it in good operational repair in perpetuity. We retain the right to come back to you to say that we might need you to either dim it, change something, whatever it is, because of the, any kind of safety concerns or distractions or anything like that,
And used by the town.
and use by the town for emergency purposes or special messages or, whatever, okay? All right, so we got that. We have a motion made with those. Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That brings us to Agenda Item D, 360 Pinnacle Street, Family Suite Special Permit. Do I have a motion to waive the public reading?
So moved.
Motion made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. You just introduce yourselves, let us know what you're doing.
Hi,
Floor is
Gary
yours.
Carter, and we're building an in-law suite onto an existing house.
Short and sweet, I like it. We'll start with Mr. Fratalia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm by the house today, and you're almost up there with nobody else around you almost, so that's very nice. But, so how many square feet do you plan on having at the?
Just under 1,000 square feet.
Okay, all right. And generic question, are you attached to sewer yet?
No, part of the construction plan is to remove the septic and replace it with sewer.
Okay, great. So I did look at the plans, and it's a 64-foot addition on the length. Is that accurate?
There's a two-car garage on it.
Okay. That's the full length of it, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. How many bedrooms, just for the record?
In a basement.
One bedroom and an office.
What's that?
One bedroom and an office.
Okay, all right. Under 1,000 square feet, right? Just at 1,000? Okay, yeah. I have no problems. It's just so you know, the building inspector will take over after us. If there are any comments or concerns, he'll address them with you after we finalize and approve it, so, but, just so you know. But also, Mr.
All
Chairman.
right, Mr. Duffy.
I think it's a great layout there, except that I think that, you're going to have to, the owners are going to have a long walk from the garage to the house, through your house. So I don't know how you're going to get around that, but that's your issue, I guess. But I think it's a good layout, and I wish you all luck.
All right, Mr. Fuchsia.
I don't have anything. It looks great.
Mr. Champ.
It's a great layout. Obviously, the garage is not part of the family suite, so I was,
Right. It's
just wanted to
not-
clarify that in terms of the
Not living
1,000
space,
square
yeah.
footage, so. It's a nice layout, it's a nice plan, very nice space, so hope you enjoy living there a very long time.
I've already been there a very long time.
The chair agrees with the rest of the members. I have no qualms or comments on it. Anyone in the audience with any questions, comments, or concerns on this one? Seeing none, I'll return it to the board. What is the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion to close public hearing.
A motion made or a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. As to the family suite special permit as applied for.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the family suite special permit at 360 Pinnacle Street.
Motion made and seconded. Do we have all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Not too bad, right?
That brings us to 600 Woburn Street. This is continued from our 6:15 meeting. Once you're settled, if you give your name for the record, the floor will be yours.
Need that?
We'll see. Good evening. My name is Gene Sullivan. I'm the engineer for the project for the proposed building over at 600 Woburn Street, representing Pepsi Corporation. I was here last month in July before the board. We had some work to do to resolve some issues on the peer review comments and so forth. Unfortunately, I filed the plans on July 31st, and they have not reviewed them, which is disappointing. I'll also update you that I did meet on the 28th, I believe it was, of July with Captain Sawicki. We ran through the whole plan. He issued a memo saying he's happy and satisfied with the access and egress for the fire apparatus at this time. Obviously, we have sprinklers to design, fire alarm system, and all of that stuff that will be part of the building permit process, but he has blessed that. I have a memo. I don't know if it got to you guys or not, but I can show
As long as
it.
it gets to us before the next meeting,
Yep.
that'll certify what we need. Obviously,
He
we
sent it to the planning board.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, I don't think we've gotten it yet, but if it's in the file, if not, let's get a copy of it. But either way, we know that he also, the final sign off from them is always done in the field, once everything's built anyways, so that's just his initial okay.
Right.
Looks good on paper, and then they'll do their final out in the field.
Which we are all in agreement with that. I have it right here on my screen, but I can
No,
show.
that's fine. I'd rather, we'll wait for the paper copy to come
Yeah,
in.
if you could just email it to me, I'll connect with you.
Yep, no problem.
Right. So, all right, so with that,
Unfortunately, that's all I have to report tonight.
Mr. Fuchsia.
I don't have anything at this moment. There's still a lot that needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Well, at least confirmed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Duffy?
I'm all set too, Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Patalia?
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You did see the memo of July 17th that was sent out by the town to you? Or somebody?
From which department?
This is from the town engineer.
Town engineer?
Yes, I incorporated those into my updated plan set on the 31st.
Okay. All right, all set, Mr. Chairman, right now.
All right, all set, Mr. Chairman.
Chair's all set too. I mean, obviously, there's confirmations we need from town engineer and from the, possibly from the consultant. But other than that, if everything you've got in is in, then we'll redress that at the next meeting. The one thing I will give you a notice of now is that Mr. Champer said he will not be at our first September meeting. So then it'll be up to you if you want to come to the first September meeting, but you'll only have 4 members, which means you need 4 votes. If you wait till the second September meeting, as far as I know, everybody's in attendance, you need 4 out of 5. So that's up to you, how you feel comfortable about where you are and, where all this settles out. That's up to you, but I'm just giving you that heads up now.
Yeah, we'd certainly like to be on the next agenda. We're trying to get this started.
All right, so just you know that just means you're going 4
And
for
we'll see
4.
how the peer review goes, if
Okay.
there's something I have to address, and we had to push it out anyways.
True.
Do you have the date of that night? I have conservation.
14th and then the 28th. of
28th.
September meetings.
14th is next, 28th is after that.
So I think I've got to move conservation out too.
What's that?
I think I have to move the conservation meeting out then.
Okay. All right. So for right now, you're looking for the 14th, though?
Right.
Okay, all right.
Right, isn't that how you guys operate? They want you to be done and signed off before they do.
Typically.
That's what they told me last
That's what they,
time,
but that's, obviously, they can do what they want, and we do as well, so. All right, with that, I'll open up the audience. Anyone in the audience with any questions, comments, or concerns this evening?
We'll close it.
My name is Peter Chase, 19 Park Ave, on a butter. I've spoken before. I have nothing new to say other than that we're fewer in numbers tonight. It's vacation time, and somebody else is recovering from minor surgery. But I just wanted to assure the board and the applicant that there's been no change of heart on all the abutters. We're vehemently against this. It's incredibly intrusive into our neighborhood for all the reasons I've spoken about before. And we may have to seek counsel because it just seems as though in our interactions before, you seem to be inclined to heading in the direction of allowing this. And we feel like the bylaw that this is going under as a distribution facility is just a farce, and don't agree with it at all. And you seem to be okay with it, so I'm probably going to have to seek counsel if that's the way it's going to go. I've never been through anything like this before, so I don't know what the process is, but we can't have this built right in our backyards. It's a warehouse, and I don't care. I'm not going to go back and forth about distribution facilities. The way it's been described is a possible machine shop in this bay. They don't know what's going on. That's not a distribution facility. It should not be under the bylaw that they're applying. We've gone through this before, but I just wanted to reiterate that there's been no change in the abutters' opinions of what's going on here, and not also the incredible negative impact it would have on house values, and I've talked about my son and particulates that are going to be incredibly close to our yard. For him to breathe, he can only do a couple of things that he enjoys, and one of them is being in his pool outside, and the other is being on a swing. And this thing is we don't even know what kind of particulates are going to be in the air that could affect him at any given time. And there is other, well, it's mostly commercial behind us, but the one that is in the street very rarely operates. Hardly ever see anybody back there. I heard that, I was emailed from somebody else in the town that one of the reasons why the argument maybe doesn't hold as much water is because there's other industry near us. So why is this one a problem? But there isn't really. It's all commercial, other than this one that seems to operate so infrequently that it's not even a problem. This is going to be entirely different. It's going to be very busy. Diesel fumes, and I don't know what else is going to be coming in. The vents that come out of the roof, I don't care if they're on the front or the back, whatever the breeze does, it's going to blow into our backyard at any time. And so we're, in the strongest possible terms, we're just totally against this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, so with that, bring it back to the...
You got one more?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Meredith Chase, 19 Park Ave. I'm also in a butter. I want to reiterate the point that we don't know how many more diesel fumes we're going to be smelling in our homes, and regardless of where the ventilation is put on the building, it's the natural order of matter in terms of physics to go from areas of high concentration to low concentration, regardless of where the vents are. So wherever there is less particulate, more particulate is going to follow. Regardless of where the ventilation is or how it's set up, that's just the matter of how it's going to happen. And I would also like to point out, I believe that they were asked to come up with a simulated version of what this building would look like from an abutter's property. And I believe that was 2 meetings ago that they were asked by the board to do that, and they still haven't produced that. They produced an image of the forest standing on the edge of the property line, but they haven't actually produced a simulated image of what it would look like if it was built. And so that's something that I would also like to see going forward. I believe that was 2 meetings ago they were asked to do that.
We did that. We showed you the rendering and where the building would be, gave you distances, showed you the trees and what would
Just do me a
remain.
favor for the next meeting, could you just bring that with you so we put it up on the board?
Show it to you now again if you.
I mean, I
Doesn't matter.
anticipate, since we're going to have another meeting, and as the gentleman pointed out, some folks might be on vacation, we might have a better attendance. I'd rather do it once than do it twice, if we can.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, so with the,
Not done yet.
All right, Heather Chase, 19 Park Ave. Like we've mentioned before, I won't repeat any specific points that have been said tonight. I just want to speak again on behalf of the other abutters that couldn't be here tonight, that, again, for every reason stated before, this is a vehement net negative to everyone in this community for reasons of livelihood, home values, and just life, quality of life. Thank you.
thank you. All right, seeing no one else in the audience, I'll bring it back to the board. What is the pleasure of the board?
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to continue the hearing until 9/14/26.
At 7 PM.
Okay.
I have a motion made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. If for some reason you do change your mind and want to kick it, just let the department know, and then we can push it out, and we'll let the abutters know, so they don't have to waste a trip down here. The sooner the better. If it happens at the last minute, it happens at the last minute. We just prefer to not do that, because then folks come down.
As soon as I get the pre-review, I'll have a feeling whether we'll be ready or not.
All right, good enough. So we'll do our best to let everybody know if it turns out we're going to kick it one more meeting, save you guys the trip if we can, okay? And when I say let you know, I mean it'll be publicly put out there. So just keep an eye on the, on the site and whatnot, all right? All right, very good. That takes us to
Thank you.
correspondence, which we did not have any in the file. Which brings us to other business not known at the time of the posting of the agenda. Does anybody have any extra business for this evening?
All set, Mr. Chairman.
I just want to say again, Mr. Chairman, reiterate what you said earlier about Alex Louder, how great she was as a planner and coordinator for us on the planning board. She made it a lot easier for us to do our job with her input as well and everything else she's done, and just wish her luck. I mean, she wasn't just a resource for us. When I had other questions on the town, she was just a great resource to go to and ask, and she was right there giving us answers all the time. So just wanted to wish her good luck and thank her for what she did while she was here in Tewksbury.
Agreed. I know we all agree, and obviously that extended out to the community too. She was a great resource for the community.
Yep.
On many things, just and work outside of the board, with the community.
Market.
And those kind of things. I think she's still involved in that, so that doesn't really change. But, just doing a lot and did a lot. So thank you again to Alex. Anybody else with anything else from not on the agenda? Seeing none, move to adjournment. Motion to
Make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Motion made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.